Ryan Avery.
Yeah.
I have to say, I saw you coming around the field. I assumed you were in first because you're just so dominant here in the NEHSCA series. But it turns out you got some adversity. What happened up there?
I got a flat after the bridge. I think a rock went into my sidewall, so it caused me to flat. Yeah.
Just that fast bridge crossing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, how much of a lead do you have before that?
Almost a minute probably. I saw Caleb catch up to me, and I just told him to go win. And
nice.
Yeah.
Right, so you rode from that bridge on a flat instead of fixing it. Why'd you opt to do that? Did you have stuff with you, or just? I
had stuff with me. It's just I wasn't that far from the finish, so I just ran most of it. I got on at the field and just rode, and yeah, that's how it went.
All right, Caleb Bradshaw, you just took a win. How good does that feel?
Feels great, yeah. I mean, I'm really sorry for Ryan that he got a flat, but I've been coming in second a lot to him, so it's nice to get a win for once.
Right, so how'd the race go before Ryan's mechanical?
It was good. I saw him a lot in the first lap, and then he kind of just like got away from me, and then I heard him on the other side of the course. He was like, "Caleb, I got a flat," and so it was like, nice job. So yeah.
Right, that was a pretty burly course. What did you think about that?
There was a lot of running and stuff, and so it would have been a lot more enjoyable if you could ride it, but yeah.
Did you get a chance to pre-ride at all?
Yeah, I pre-rode the course.
How much did the wet conditions change that?
You know, there's that one muddy section that I'd rode through the middle of it in the pre-lap, and then I kind of stayed to the side on the first and second lap and switched across. But
just a bog today.
Yeah, it was just really wet in the wet sections, and so yeah.
I know. Congratulations. All right, how'd it go out there? I mean, it seemed like you guys were separated from first, but you guys were battling right to the end for this whole field. How was that?
I was pretty close to him first lap, and then he got away on the flats, and then I lost him in the woods on the rock garden. And then I caught up to him at the last rock garden, passed him right there, and he caught up to me on the flats.
Yeah! So who took it? You took it?
I took second. Yeah.
All right, how'd your race go, Erin?
It went good. It was pretty dicey. I mean, caught a couple times. I mean, it was pretty smooth in the beginning, and then it was just technical stuff.
Yeah, how hard was that stuff? This is probably one of the hardest courses you guys have seen.
I mean, I practice in Wampatuck, and we usually consider that kind of technical and wet. But yeah, it's pretty technical and wet here too.
All right, so Molly Dishong, third place.
Yes.
It was close there. What happened?
At the start of the race, I got stuck behind 3 crashes. So I had to get behind them, and then the 2 girls that finished in front of me got ahead of me, so I couldn't catch back up. And then second lap, my seat came loose, so I was riding with it tipped up the entire time.
And how hard was that course today?
Pretty hard.
You guys are pretty hardcore mountain bikers, so what was that like compared to the stuff you normally ride?
That was like the stuff that we ride in Greenfield.
So do you think there's any shame in walking on a course like this? Do you think that's a problem?
No. On a course like this, it's normally faster to run it.
And you were out there pretty close together right up until the end. How'd it go? What happened?
When we started getting to the rock section, I started catching up, but she's a really strong rider, so when we started getting to the field, she passed me.
So it really came down to that field section?
Yeah.
Were you worried about that she was back there ready to catch you?
Oh yeah, a little bit.
How hard was that course today?
Well, I like more like terrain riding, so I like it.
Yeah, you were really good at the technical parts. That's where she caught me.
How many times do you think you had to get off your bike today?
Well, in each lap, probably like 4 or 5 times.
Did you kind of plan on that, or did you try to ride stuff and kind of came off?
Well, we on Friday we took like a practice lap and to see what I could or could not do, and it really helped. So.
Did it change with the rain and the wetness out there?
Not really. It didn't make much of a difference because it was mostly dry in the rock spots.
All right, how psyched are you guys?
pretty excited.
Nichols, so it seemed if this was the day of the enduro dudes, the technical riders.
Yeah.
So how'd your race go, man? You won. You're in 10th grade.
Yeah.
10th grade.
No, I'm in 9th.
Ninth.
Sorry about that.
You're just a very tall dude. So how'd you go out there?
It was fun. My plan was to get to the front immediately, so tech stuff would choke everyone else up behind me, but I flowed right through it, and I practiced my lines a lot more than during the week, and it really felt smooth.
All right, so were you able to, when I saw you, I think you were cleaning stuff. Were you able to clean that whole course?
Most of it I was able to clean, but if I started slipping, I would just start running up to gain a better advantage.
Cool. Have you done any cross stuff? Do you have a good cross dismount?
I've
or you just kind of make it up?
Crosses.
No. All right, so when did you, it seemed like early on you might have had some company with you. When did you actually get away, and when did you know you kind of had it locked up?
When I had it locked up, so the first rock garden area is it was pretty chunky, and I know a lot of people would have trouble with that. So after I kind of ran through that, I gained a little bit of an advantage, and then I turned around and there was no one behind me. So from there on out, I was pretty much alone the whole race.
Is this your first win?
No, this is my second.
Second win. Okay. Where else did you win? Was it
So
this last week and I forgot?
The first race. I forget where it was.
All right. How stoked are you?
I'm pretty stoked on this. It was a pretty big gap.
All right, man. So what happened there?
So second lap, we were going through one of the hard technical sections, and I was deciding to take a different line, and I punched my front wheel right into one of the grooves, and I didn't lean back hard enough, and we went over, and my bars landed right down and broke right in half. I decided to get up and just finish out that lap and call it a race.
You seem like are you in varsity or junior varsity?
Varsity.
Varsity, and it seemed like you were up towards the front of the race, though.
Yeah, I was third place at the time. Had fourth place on my tail. I could see second place just ahead of me, and I was making really good time. But things happen, and just gotta finish it out.
Of course, yeah, it is part of the sport, huh?
Yeah,
it's like trying to keep when you're relying on a machine to get you there.
Yeah, but I just threw it too hard. I hucked it to flat and didn't work out. That's racing.
That's Brooke and Anna. So Anna, it sounded like you had early adversity in the varsity race. You came last into the whole shot rock garden. What happened there?
Yeah, I was riding my race, and all of a sudden my chain was completely off, and I was like, and there was actually a girl behind me, and she ended up coming around and passing me, and it took me like 2 minutes to get my chain back on, which was quite annoying. I had to like flip the bike upside down and like spin it both ways, and it just like my chain just didn't want to go back on. So that was challenging.
How'd it go from there? Were you able to make up spots?
Shockingly, yes. I basically chased the entire first lap. I ended up making 3 spots, and I think I got third actually. So I was a little shocked because I raced yesterday and had prom Friday, so quite a busy weekend.
I mean, don't tell anyone else, but I was actually trying to, because you were so far off the back, I didn't feel like it was giving you an unfair advantage to coach you through that first rock garden.
Yeah.
But you didn't listen to me. You were like, all right, I'm just gonna like do a graceful cross. No, I mean, you did a nice cross dismount and just like prance through like a goat.
Yeah.
So were you kind of using that tactic through a lot of rock gardens?
And I think it was the second to last rock garden. I actually rode the whole thing almost every lap, which I was a little shocked because I didn't think I was going to. And I just found the right line and just through it.
Nice.
The great technical terms. Whoosh.
All right, Brooke, how'd it go out there?
I know I did good. I got 4th, but I know I had a good race. The other girls just had a better race, and I'm cool with that. Try and remember that from swimming. So.
And how was the course for you?
It was good. I pre-rode it on Thursday, and I got like all these scratches, and then I got more scratches today. So I got to show them off at prom.
Scars are cool.
Yeah.
Scars are cool.
Yeah.
Do you feel like all the swimming, does that help? Like a super techie course like this takes a lot of upper body strength. Do you think that helps you?
Yeah,
like doing a sport that's so upper body heavy?
I'm a distance swimmer. I'm in all the seasons of high school swimming. I've been a distance swimmer, so the endurance helps with biking, and then the biking helps with the swimming, and hopefully I'll swim in college, so.
Be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so Eliza Lenz, first place, remind me of your category.
7th grade girl.
7th grade. Okay, so it sounded like you had adversity before the adversity. So you had a tough pre-ride. What happened there?
My pre-ride, I was about 2 miles in, and I was going up a hill and I noticed that I had 2 flat tires from pinch flats.
From one incident or more than one incident? Did you case some big rock garden or something?
Yeah, so it was right after rock garden where it was an uphill and I was going up, and then I think it was either from a rock or thorns, but
good job, Eliza.
Thank you.
All right, so you had to bring it back in somehow, get that fixed. Was that stressful going into the start?
Yeah, it was pretty stressful because we had to get it fixed. Then my gears and my shifting stopped working, so I had to go fix that as well. So
do you have to go see Shimano about that, or did your team handle it? Okay.
We had to go to Shimano.
You gotta finish. That's awesome. So you got to the line.
Yeah.
Then what happened?
So then I was in my race and it had started, and I was coming out of the forest on my second loop at the end, and all of a sudden my chain fell and it got lodged in my bike, and so I had to run for 0.75 miles to the finish.
How did you know how much of a gap you had? Did you know you had enough gap to make it?
So I knew that I had a gap, but I was still worried that Piper, the second place girl, would catch me at the end because of how much was left, and she's a good rider. So
how good of a runner are you? Do you run, or do you just have to run?
So I'm a runner as well, so I have experience with running, but not as much with running with my bike.
Did you have to pick it up, or do you run with it?
I ran alongside
bouncing?
my bike.
Okay.
Yes, luckily it wasn't bouncy.
All right, I don't know if we mentioned, but you won.
Yeah, I still.
All right, so that's amazing. Yeah. All right. Jack Post, and where'd you finish up today? Looks like you're on the podium.
Second.
Second place for which category?
8th grade.
8th grade.
Yeah.
All right, so how'd it go out there?
It was great. Ran a little bit, but rode most of it. A lot of people crashed who are faster than me, so that went pretty good.
Faster than you at pedaling.
Yeah.
But so you were fast. So you're wearing the Renegade Enduro jersey. Do you race Enduro or ride?
Yes, I do.
Was that an advantage today on this super technical course?
Yes, it was. But I race XC for the Big River Big Riders.
Okay, so you kind of do it all.
Yeah.
You road race or?
No, I road ride occasionally.
You like road riding?
It's not bad. I used to hate it, but I like it more now. I think I'm gonna do CX this fall, but I don't know. It's on.
All right, what was the hardest part of the course today?
Probably it's tough. There's like this one section where you come down the rocks and then you go like up some rocks, and I actually made a pass there.
I think you just described half the course.
Oh yeah. No, there's like right near the end of the tech section, there's like you come down this rock garden and then you go up a rock garden, and this guy kind of fell over. He was leading, and I'm like, oh, I'll just pass you right here. And then I just put my head down and hammered on the field, and got second.
All right, so Erin and Megan, are you in the same race?
Yes.
You in 5th, 6th still?
Yes.
All right, how'd it go out there?
It was
what happened?
pretty hard.
We're being interviewed.
I saw you were way up there in the front of the entire race, right?
Yeah.
All right, how was it out there? How technical was that? How hard was that?
For me, it was pretty hard because it's just really wacky and twisty, which is really difficult for me.
But it came out all right. Your first, and Megan, how'd you do?
I got second. It was hard though.
Yeah, what was so hard about it for you?
Well, I think the hardest part was probably the last downhill rock garden, but then it was pretty easy after that, the rest of the way.
Nice. All right, well, congratulations, nice job. All right, you guys are 1st and 2nd in 10th grade?
Yes.
Right, how'd it go? You guys came, it was right down to the wire. Who took it?
I think I had Shimo probably like a foot maybe.
It was that close?
Yeah. It was close.
Was the whole race that close?
Yeah.
Just about.
So no separate, you guys are pretty evenly matched through all this stuff?
Yeah.
How much trouble did you have with the technical bits?
I jumped off quite a bit.
Yeah,
I ran through
same.
it. We kind of just, I took a spill coming down the downhill, but I got back on and tried to kick back up with him. So, yeah.
Back and forth the whole time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, pretty good time though?
Yeah, it was a great time.
And so Luke Mello, a win.
Yes, finally.
All right, so really, it seemed like first ever?
First ever.
Awesome.
All 3 years.
Do you think, are you coming into better form, or is it kind of a combination of that and the super technical course
Both,
today?
yeah, combination.
So you had this big field section, you had all those open cross-country running sections, the big hill, but did the course end up, the technical features ended up being the deciding factor?
Definitely. If you were fast, like even running or riding, no matter what if you were fast, you were up there.
And were you having pressure put on you? Were you getting dropped for any of the open stuff, or did you kind of lead it out?
I was trying to lead it out, although end of the first lap, I had a gap, but then people closing it. Second was closing the gap, but I just tried to keep it going.
When did you kind of know you had it?
Well, I thought I had it first lap, but then there's a big climb, and I saw second place on the top of it, and I just like, oh, he's catching me. But then after that, I didn't see it. I was like, it must have just been the hill. It just slow.
And how hard was this course? You're a good technical rider. How hard was this course for you?
Just gnarlier wise, it was hard. Everything was wet, and you're just 10 out of 10 going as fast as you can. It's so much harder.
And you've raced a lot of stuff that's not NEHSCA courses. So this is a pretty techy course.
It
How
is.
does it compare to like big kid courses?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't like as consistent. With the NARA, it's just like only some sections. Everything else, but it's pretty gnarly.
All right, how stoked are you?
Very.
All right, Nathan Champney, third place.
Yeah.
Today, how was it out there, man?
Pretty tough.
What was so tough?
The rocky stuff back there. I had to run the whole thing. Yeah.
Was that the move? Did you were you doing it kind of preemptively, or were you trying to ride stuff and coming off?
First lap, I tried to ride it and crashed. Ever since then, I lost confidence and just ran it.
Did that seem like it was faster overall?
Yeah, for me it was.
Were you kind of locked into third place, or did you make your way up to third place from behind?
I actually lost the position on the third lap in the technical stuff, so I was in second, and I lost it to third.
Well, where you lost it in the technical stuff?
Yeah, I'm down to third.
And you still pretty stoked with the podium?
Yeah.
All right, so Piper, Robbins, and Millie, what's your last name?
Wignall.
Wignall, okay, I think we have talked before.
Yeah.
So you got second in the 10th, and you got second in the 7th.
Yeah.
All right, how'd it go out there? What happened?
It was really technical.
Yeah. The second half, you had to walk your bike for most of it.
Yeah. You like after a rock section, you would like run it and then try to get back on your bike, but then there's just another rock section to do.
And how'd you deal with that?
I just ran it all.
Did you get frustrated, or were you able to kind of stay relaxed while running and get knocked off your bike?
I was relaxed, kind of.
I knew it was coming because I rode it last week, so I was prepared for it.
Did you think that the rain changed anything for you guys?
No. It made it better, honestly, for the start because it was more packed down. Like the grass was really hard last time. So
the grass was hard compared to the rest of the course.
Yeah.
Are you pretty happy with your results today?
Yeah.
All right, Logan. What's going on, dude?
Not much.
All right, you just drove it to the end there, but I don't think there's anyone in sight.
No.
You know you had third locked up?
Yeah.
Are you? I don't think early on. I don't think you were in third though.
No. I think
how'd you get up to third?
Somewhere around 6, but I just kept making moves in the woods and passing people where I could, and just kept moving up.
All right, so I had the opportunity to pre-ride with you on Friday,
Yeah.
and it seemed like you had the place dialed. Were you able to clean everything today?
For the most part I did, but some of the wet rocks I just slid out on them, but for the most part I had everything.
What do you think? What do you think some of the most decisive technical features were out there?
Well, it was definitely that like last quarter-mile stretch where there was tons of rock gardens. That I think that kind of separated most people.
All right, so this, I think I talked to you earlier when we were talking Friday.
Yeah.
You said you hadn't had really great results this year, but this is a big jump.
Yeah, sure.
Is it a techie course? You're coming into better fitness? What's going on?
A combination of that and the new bike.
Yeah, it looks fast.
Yeah.
All right, so how stoked are you?
Super.
So where you just finished really well though?
Yeah, I finished 5th. Yeah. Surprisingly, I thought I was in 6th the entire time, and then Kathy told me I took 5th, and I was like super excited.
You thought you were in what, 16th?
No, 6th.
Oh, 6th.
Yeah,
okay.
I thought I was in 6th, but yeah, I got super stoked. Nice 5th place finish. So.
All right, how was it out there today? How's
Brutal.
the NAR?
Brutal. Oh,
hardest course you ever done?
Yes. Yep. By far. Super rocky, and the mud and the water made it really really difficult, sliding over everything. I wiped out a few times, but got right back up and kept trucking. So, and then in the finish, I gave it my all. My legs just gave out at the end. It was so I know I pushed my hardest. So.
All right, so George, where did you finish up there?
I don't know. I kind of lost track.
All right, so last time I saw you a couple times, I think going into your last lap, and you're coming through this field, and you were definitely like gapped off from anyone around you, but you had this like look like death laser look in your eyes, and you were drooling.
Yeah.
And so like what kept you motivated to go that hard? Because you were just turning yourself inside out.
Like I raced a lot of cross, and I guess it's just like learning how to go really, really hard for a long period of time and just kind of get that next person. In this course, we really need to have that. And then also we do a lot of intervals with the team, so that really helps too.
So I mean, there are times like you probably had like lost momentum. I think I saw you out there, like, you know, there's times you bucked off your bike or whatever. How did you get the flow back and get back into that zone?
I don't remember who told me, but someone told me slow is smooth, smooth is fast, and I just kind of tried to remember that and be like, okay, you just gotta slow it down and be smooth, and then you'll go fast. So that was kind of like how I was trying to ride the technical stuff.
Are you pretty happy with your result today?
Yeah, I mean, I can't really complain. So, I mean, I raced as hard as I possibly could race, so that's the result that I got, and I'm going to be happy with it.
All right, so it looks like you went hard to the end there.
Yeah.
You seem like you were gapped off from Max a little bit, but what motivated you? I mean, you were digging. You came in here, you're like drooling and sweating.
Yeah.
You're in pain. What kept you motivated?
There was some kid behind me who like caught up to me in the single track because I wiped out a bunch, but I mean, I didn't want to lose second, so yeah, wasn't my day, but I still got second, so.
How hard was that course for you today?
I usually ride a lot of techie single track, but I've just been like training a lot, so it was pretty rough because I hadn't ridden anything like that in a while, so it wasn't great for me, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. So yeah, my team did pretty good though, I think, so yeah.
All right, man. You still happy with second?
Yeah, it is what it is, it's good, but Max killed it, so yeah.
Okay, you just finished first in the JVs on this crazy course out there. How'd it go out there?
Well, the first lap was really good. I was with Dishong, she was in front of me, and then Alice was behind me. I really dreaded the parts where I had to carry my bike. That was really hard, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be because the pre-ride was horrible, so it was better than I thought. So that was good.
All right, were you trying to stay on during those technical sections? Did you have lines worked out that you were able to ride into your ride?
Not necessarily. A few parts I knew I had to get off, so I just got off and carried my bike. But actually, I made it up one hill the third lap that I didn't the first two laps, so I actually tried on that one.
Do you think, is there any shame in walking, or is it just like something you gotta do?
Well, at the beginning of the day I was like, well, that stinks, I have to walk, but after it's like, it's worth it. Everybody does it, so I thought it was good. So.
All right, so you pretty psyched on your results?
Yes, I'm so happy about the weather and it's all great, I love it.
Max Beaupre, first NEHSCA win. This was the day of the technical riders, the Enduro dudes. The Super Enduro geese. You remember, like, Beaupre is a French name.
Yes.
So you are the Super Enduro geese. I no longer have that title. I never really was one, but
I guess you could say that, yeah.
If you want.
All right.
So Max, we were joking before the start. You know, you are a professional enduro rider now, and I said, "Be careful, it's technical," and we were like, "Ha ha!" But then you said, "Well, no, it actually is legit technical." So what was it like out there?
It was like, I've ridden some pretty bony stuff in my day, and it was like a 9 or a 10. Like, those rock guards were no joke. Oh yeah, on the Narmir. Throw back to like what, 2012?
Yeah.
Oh man.
When you were 12?
Oh yeah.
Was that?
Oh yeah. Dude, that was so gnarly, man. But anyway, those rock gardens, like, it was just so choppy, and it was slippery, it was mental. And that last one right before you came out in the field, it's just like all the roots at the end were slippery, and you were just hopping through it, just grinding. It was mental. absolutely.
All right, you hadn't pre-ridden, so I'm seeing you, like, did you get the pre-ride at all?
No.
Okay, so first rock garden, you took the whole shot.
Yep.
And you rode over what was not a line. Like, you
No.
rode over the biggest rock, and I thought you were going to die.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to do that?
I mean, I looked at it and I was like, hey, I could probably go over that and make up some time. So, like, I just kind of sent it and hoped for the best, and thankfully it worked out. But, yeah.
All right, so it's a question I asked a couple. I mean, it seemed like a lot of people who are good technical riders did well today. I know you're putting in a lot of training. Do you think your fitness is coming up as well as you were able to take advantage of your technical prowess today?
Oh, yeah.
Was it a combination, or was it all technical prowess today?
I mean, fitness was definitely a huge factor because the St. John's guys are really good on the flats. So in the fields and in the woods on the gravel parts, I just put it in a big gear and just grinded. But then on the technical sections, I did as best as I could to stay on the bike and maintain my speed. So
when did you kind of know you had it locked up?
Yeah.
You had this field section where
yeah.
you see your gap.
Yeah.
So first lap, like,
so
where
the first,
was Alex? And
the first lap, I was going through the finish line and I could see him riding the back half of the course, so that gave me a little motivation. Then on the second lap, I was looking around the whole time and I couldn't see him, so I was just kind of keeping a steady pace, and I kept thinking, like, breathe, keep a steady cadence, and make no mistakes, just to keep as much of a lead as I did. So that was definitely, the mental game in cross country is definitely a lot bigger than it is in enduro, for sure.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, yeah, because enduro, you're coasting downhill and stuff. And in cross country, you're just all pedaling all the time. And if you see your competitor behind you and he's catching you, you gotta calm yourself down because it gives you that shot of adrenaline. You're like, all right, man, just relax, keep your cadence, don't freak out and blow up.
All right, so we'll do Parker and Dino. All right, Parker and T-Rex. All right, so Parker, how'd your race go today?
I got third place and it was pretty good.
Yeah, and what category are you in now?
5th and 6th grade still.
5th, 6th?
Yep.
Well, how was that course out there today, man?
It was pretty rugged, but there was parts of it that were fast, so that's really where most of the time was made up.
Apparently pretty brutal. All right, so Dino, how was your race today?
Good.
What category did you race?
7th.
7th grade Tyrannosaurus Rexes?
What? 7th grade. 7th grade boys.
All right, how'd it go?
Good.
Do you find it hard to ride a normal human bicycle being a dinosaur?
No, not really.